How's it going, everybody? Joe Fedorczyk here with My Home Group Maricopa, the 21X team. And listen, if you are thinking about buying a home, you're going to want to stick around because I'm going to bring you the 6 things that you need to know once you go under contract when purchasing a house. Let's get into it. First and foremost, congratulations. You are thinking about buying your first property. That is awesome. It's a huge accomplishment in your life, and I want to congratulate you. But there are some things you need to know because once you go under contract, it's a little bit of a gray area for a lot of people. They don't really know what to expect, so I want to tell you that. First things first, number 1, know your timeline. Understand your timeline. Reach out to your realtor and have them provide you a timeline if they haven't already so that you can get a general understanding of how things are going to work, because trust me, it's going to be a lot easier when you know what's going to happen. Number 2, all right, so your contract has been accepted. Congratulations. Now you have to get your earnest money deposited. Now, earnest money is typically 1% of the purchase price of a house. That's all negotiable. It's all in the contract, but you typically put 1% down. So say you buy a $200,000 house, it's $2,000. That usually needs to be turned in within 48 hours unless negotiated in your contract. And that's going to go to whatever title or escrow company is specified in the contract. Now, just so you know, earnest money isn't something that you just pay and then you never see again. Earnest money is good faith money put up saying that you're going to go through with what you signed in your contract. So once that deal is done, that earnest money typically goes back and goes towards like closing costs or something like that if you are paying for them, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But if you're not paying for them, then you get that money back. All right, number 3 here. Now, as soon as your contract is accepted, you enter your home inspection period. Now, again, this is all negotiable within your contract, but typically, if you don't put anything in the contract, there is a 10-day inspection period. So what this means is you need to get a home inspector to come out to the house and inspect the house. Buyers usually do pay for this, but it is, again, everything's negotiable for the right price in a contract, but just know that this is something that most likely you're going to be paying for, and you get to choose exactly who you want. So I would recommend getting a few different options and really just feeling out which home inspector works best for you and going with that one. After you get your home inspected, you meet with your realtor and review the report that the home inspector provided of everything that they found or hopefully did not find in the home that you are purchasing, and you create what is called a BINSR. Now, you have several options within the BINSR on how you want to proceed forward. First one, you can just accept everything that is in the home inspection report and just move on and continue with the home buying process. The second one, if there are certain repairs that need to be made that you feel like you shouldn't have to pay for, you can ask that the seller actually get those things repaired, or they can lower that price down for you so that you can accommodate to make those repairs on the home. Or if the property just has too many things wrong with it and you really don't think that it's a good property for the price that you paid for it, or you just don't feel comfortable, you can also back out of the contract within that 10-day inspection period point and move on. All right, so assuming that this home inspection report came back lovely and there is nothing wrong with the home, this is where you go ahead and order your appraisal. An appraisal is ordered through your lender, so they're going to be the ones to contact the person to come out to your house, and they're going to appraise that home for you and give it a general value. Now, if the home does appraise at value, that's great. That means everything is going smooth. If the home doesn't appraise for what you offered on it, there's a few different things we can do. We can either ask the seller to lower their price to accommodate for the loss in that appraisal, or you're going to have to come up with the cash to accommodate that loss to make sure that you put a bigger down payment down on the house so that the lender isn't risking as much money on a house that they don't feel is worth what it's worth. Just like the home inspection, I hope that appraisal went perfect, everything went smooth, and we move on to number 5 of the process, which is the final walkthrough. So say there was some things that you request the seller fix, like, I don't know, a cracked tile or something minute, something small. This is where your time goes to make sure that all of those repairs have been made that you negotiated in the BINSR with them. So you walk through the house, make sure everything is spick and span and ready for you to move in and you feel comfortable moving in. If it is, great. If it's not, you can still contact the seller and ask them to repair the things that you requested earlier in that BINSR. Finally, number 6, we move into our closing day, the signing date. Now, real estate transactions typically are 30 days of escrow, so it's a 30 days from when you sign the contract to when you expect to close. Again, that is all negotiable. For many reasons, it could be shorter. For many reasons, it could be longer, like if you're waiting to sell your home or something like that. But that day has come, and then you have to go ahead and go and sign, which is extremely exciting. Just know that there are closing costs. These are things that are going to be worked in and that you are going to have to pay for, or the seller is going to have to pay for. This is something that's negotiated way back in the beginning on that first purchase contract, but just know that somebody is going to have to pay closing costs. They're typically anywhere from $4,000 to $7,000 for an average home on here, but it changes all over the place. That is not something that's a set number. I'm not going to say that every time it's going to be $4,000 to $7,000, but just know that you will be informed of those closing costs before you actually go to sign. So you should be well aware, and you should be knowing who is it going to be paying for them, if it's going to be you or the seller. All right, everybody, I hope that video was informative for you. Remember, if you are looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Phoenix area, please reach out. All of my information is in the little banner below. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time.